If the people who introduced generational curses into certain family bloodlines knew how difficult it is to break generational curses, I think a lot of them would have reconsidered. A lot of them would have thought it over again before they entered into some of these things. Generational curses are very difficult to break, and there are not a lot of people who even attempt to break it in the first place. And for those who even attempt to break it, it's a lot of pain, It's a lot of pain one has to bear, one has to carry. And even on top of that, when they fail, it's their whole life that is gone. It's gone down the drain. Even attempting to break a generational curse. It's a very big thing, a lot of people have to pay attention to. So this morning I just come and that's what I've been giving. So I just come here and talk a little bit about it, Whatever you are doing, please think about it. Take time to think about it. One of what we need, especially in 2024, we need a lot of people who are trans-generational thinkers. We don't need people who only think about me and what I'll do and what is good for me. How can I find a way away from myself? No. Because every action you take, whatever you start, people will come and continue. If you start a good thing, people will come and continue the good thing. If you start an evil thing, people will come and continue the evil thing. Especially if they don't get help. A lot of things you do can introduce generational curses into a bloodline. Like some of the stories I've shared in the past, about Abraham and Abraham being with, what we call it, being with Sarah's house help. Abraham, got into he was connected to more than one woman. And if you look down from the generation of Abraham down, you know that pattern continued. Whatever you don't want to continue after you are gone, please don't start it. Especially if those who be coming after you don't even know where it's even coming from. It's something else. A lot of people are going through some of these things, for no fault of theirs. But a lot of things that introduces generational curses into a bloodline. When you decide to join a cult, you are opening that bloodline to whatever thing you are joining yourself to. And if you look closely, a lot of generational curses come out as a result of people not following Christ, not opening up to Christ, but opening up to other things, other alternatives. You are in difficulty, you decide to go to you are in difficulty, you are struggling with money, you want to use something else, you want to use a shortcut. Yes, maybe in your generation, they are not going to tell you the price you are really going to pay. But maybe the generation that comes after you, a lot of them will be suffering, going through pain, and going through all sorts of things, all sorts of battles, because somebody before them, the most painful thing is when you don't know where it's been coming from, when you've not done anything, but you have to go through a certain process. You have to go through something. You did not start yourself. A lot of the people, early generations that walked here on earth, didn't consider a lot of things when they entered into some of these things, when they joined themselves into some of these things, when they entered into certain calls, when they did certain actions. Everything you start, other people will come and continue. If you start a good thing, other people will come and continue. If you start a bad thing, other people will come and continue. So what you are doing, if you don't want it, if it's not a good thing, stay away. If you unalive somebody, other people will come and continue, and the curses will pile. The curses will pile on because you are unaliving people. You connect yourself to a strange altar, performing strange sacrifices, doing strange things. It's going to have a ripple effects on generations unborn. The Bible makes us understand that a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. If you're not leaving wealth, if you're not leaving something good that can be inherited, please don't leave behind generational curses, because it's entering into things or doing things that introduce generational curses into a bloodline is easier than trying to break it. People who try to break generational curses, a lot of those people are even unalive before they even wake up to what is even going on. A lot of families, a lot of bloodlines. The few people who are graced with the capacity to be able to break generational curses, a lot of them are even unalived, even in their childhood, before they even get the opportunity to grow up. Not many people attempt to even break generational curses. They just come and continue the evil and pile up the karma and just go away for other people to come and suffer for doing nothing. People don't even attempt or don't even try to break generational curses. They just come here and continue the evil and then leave for other people to come and suffer. And the few who even attempt, not all of them are even able to, not all of them are successful. A lot of them fail by the wayside. And when they fail, their whole life is gone. It's wasted. It's only a few people who even attempt to break generational curses. You don't have a lot of them. A lot of time in every particular generation, if that bloodline is lucky, you get just one, just one person, sometimes two. That's it for the entire generation. When we look at even a generation, they live, let's say, that's the age God is giving a man, up to 70. So we can say every generation is 70 years. If they grow older, it's a grace of God. So after 70 years, that whole generation is gone. And then a new generation begins. Not many even attempt to break generational curses. So don't even introduce it in the first place. It's very important. Think twice, think 3 times. That group you're about to join, sit down. Don't think about you. Don't think about the comfort you are getting on. That is why a lot of generational curses have been introduced into bloodlines. Because men sat down, thought about their selfish desire, but they didn't think about the repercussions for future generations. They didn't think about the repercussions. They didn't think about the consequences, the inconveniences they were making the next generation. They didn't think about the inconveniences they were creating for the generation unborn that didn't even know what is going on. That is even worse. Fighting something you don't even know what it is, you don't know where it's coming from, you don't have any history of. It's another problem. Selfish men, self-centered people, entered into strange things, open bloodlines into strange deities, strange spirits, strange demons, and left without telling anybody what was going on. And people who did not have any idea about it are here suffering today because of somebody's mistake they made. Be very careful. Don't introduce generational curses to your bloodline.